Welcome back, students. This is Sujit sir, and in today's class, we shall discuss the future tense. We shall see how sentences are constructed in different forms of the future tense. In the previous two classes, I am sure all of you have understood very well how sentences are constructed in present tense and in the past tense. Let us therefore carry on with the future tense. Now, before we move ahead, let me remind you once again what we exactly mean by the future tense. The future tense talks of an action that will or will not take place in the future. Simply speaking, it is something which is yet to take place. It is something which has not yet occurred and expected to occur in the future. Let us therefore move ahead and understand how sentences are formed or constructed in different forms of the future tense. The first form of the future tense is the simple future tense. Now, how do we define a simple future tense? It is used to show an action yet to take place. And so far as the construction of a simple future tense is concerned, it begins with a subject followed by either shall or will, whichever is applicable according to the subject, and finally will come the first form of the verb, that is the present form of the verb. Here V1 refers to the first form of the verb. Let us look at some of the examples here. In positive, it is I shall take it. Now, as we have discussed several times, that I is considered the first person singular number. Therefore, the first person singular number is there in the beginning, followed by shall, after which has come the first form of the verb, that is take, and finally the object it. In case of first person plural number, it is we shall take it. Now here we need to understand that for first person singular number and for first person plural number, we use shall and not will. Therefore, students, we should always keep in mind that the auxiliary verb shall is used with first person singular number and the first person plural number. And for rest of the pronouns, we use will. Therefore, in case of second person singular or plural, the sentence is you will take it. In case of third person plural number, it is they will take it. And finally, in case of third person singular number, it is again he or she will take it. So this is how we construct a sentence in simple present tense. Now when we transform these sentences into negative, let us see what happens. Now these are as same as the previous ones. It is a matter of adding not. So the sentences are right from the beginning. I shall not take it, we shall not take it, you will not take it, they will not take it. Finally, in case of third person singular number, it is either he or she will not take it. So these are negative sentences. We always have to use not, and all of you should remember that not, the negative word or the negative marker, comes exactly after the auxiliary verbs either shall or will. Let us now see how we frame questions in simple future tense. Now because these are questions, they should begin with the auxiliary verbs, then will come the subject, followed by the first form of the verb. Therefore the structure is either shall or will plus subject plus the first form of the verb. Now let us look at some of the examples here. Shall I take it? Now students, you can easily understand that there is practically no change. Only the auxiliary verb has gone before. Therefore, shall I take it? Shall we take it? Will you take it? Will they take it? And finally, in third person singular number, it will be will he or she take it? Similarly, in case of negative questions, we have to use not. Look at the examples, students. Shall I not take it? Shall we not take it? Will you not take it? Will they not take it? And finally, will he or she not take it? Let us therefore move ahead and see how sentences are constructed in future continuous tense. Now before we go ahead, let us remember once again what is meant by the future continuous tense. It is used to indicate an action that will be in progress over a period of time in future. And what the structure of the sentence will be? It will begin with a subject, followed by either shall or will, followed by be, as you can see, and finally will come the ing form of the verb. Look at these sentences. In the positive, it is I shall be taking it, we shall be taking it, you will be taking it, they will be taking it, and finally either he or she will be taking it. Now here let me remind you once again that if the subject is first person singular number or first person plural number, the auxiliary verb will be shall and not will. Now after turning them into negative, let us see what these sentences will be. I shall not be taking it, we shall not be taking it, you will not be taking it, they will not be taking it, and finally either he or she will not be taking it. Let us now see how questions are framed in future continuous tense. Now once again students, because these are questions, they should begin with the auxiliary verbs. And once again, it is either shall or will, followed by the subject, followed by be, and finally will come the ing form of the verb. Let us now look at some of the examples. Shall I be taking it? Shall we be taking it? Will you be taking it? Will they be taking it? Will he or she be taking it? Similarly, in case of negative questions, it is a matter of adding not to each one of these sentences. Shall I not be taking it? Shall we not be taking it? Will you not be taking it? Will they not be taking it? And finally, will he or she not be taking it? Let us now move ahead and see how sentences are constructed in future perfect tense. Now what do we understand by future perfect tense? Future perfect tense is used to indicate the completion of an action by a certain future time. And so far as the structure is concerned, it starts with a subject, followed by shall or will, followed by have, and finally will come the third form of the verb, that is the past participle form of the verb. Look at these examples. In the positive, it is I shall have taken it, we shall have taken it, you will have taken it, they will have taken it, and finally, in case of third person singular number, it is either he or she will have taken it. Now here we need to keep in our mind something very important, as we have always discussed that it is has which we use in case of third person singular number. But here we are using have. Why it is so? We have to use have, whatever may be the pronoun here, because here have is not coming directly after the subject. It is coming after will or shall. So remember students, don't get confused. In case of future perfect tense, it will always be have, and there is no question of using has, no matter if it is third person singular number. Now how to transform these sentences into negative? Once again, it's a matter of using not. Let us see. I shall not have taken it, we shall not have taken it, you will not have taken it, they will not have taken it, and finally, either he or she will not have taken it. Now once again, let me tell you students, whenever you are using not, it will come after the auxiliary verbs shall or will, and not after have. So it will not be like this, I shall have not taken it. It will be I shall not have taken it. I want every one of you to remember this. Now let us see how we frame questions in future perfect tense. There will be either shall or will in the beginning, followed by the subject, followed by have, and finally will come the third form of the verb, that is the past participle form of the verb. Look at these examples. Shall I have taken it? Shall we have taken it? Will you have taken it? Will they have taken it? And finally, will he or she have taken it? Now look once again that we are using have. Don't get confused. It will always be have because it is future perfect tense, and have is not coming directly after the subject. There is one more auxiliary verb, that is will. Now let us see how we should frame negative questions. Shall I not have taken it? Shall we not have taken it? Will you not have taken it? Will they not have taken it? And finally, will he or she not have taken it? Now let us move ahead and see how sentences are constructed in future perfect continuous tense. Before that, let me remind you once again what we exactly mean by the future perfect continuous tense. It is used to show an action in progress over a period of time in future, and that will end in future. Look at the structure, students. Again, it will be the subject in the beginning. Thereafter will come either shall or will, followed by have been, and followed by the ing form of the verb. Look at these examples. I shall have been taking it. We shall have been taking it. You will have been taking it. They will have been taking it. And finally, in case of third person singular number, it will be either he or she will have been taking it. And in case of negative sentences, let us see. I shall not have been taking it. We shall not have been taking it. You will not have been taking it. They will not have been taking it. And finally, either he or she will not have been taking it. Here you need to remember, students, where exactly we are placing not. Not will be placed immediately after the auxiliary verbs, and thereafter will come have been in every case, followed by the ing form of the verb and followed by the object if any. Now let us see how we frame questions in future perfect continuous tense. Once again, because these are questions, the auxiliary verbs should be in the beginning. Then will come the subject, followed by have been, followed by the ing form of the verb. Look at these examples. Shall I have been taking it? Shall we have been taking it? Will you have been taking it? Will they have been taking it? And finally, will he or she have been taking it? And in case of negative questions, let us see. Shall I not have been taking it? Shall we not have been taking it? Will you not have been taking it? Will they not have been taking it? And finally, will he or she not have been taking it? Now here we come to the end of our discussion on the three kinds of tenses. We have of course come to understand how sentences are constructed in the different forms of each of the tenses. Hope this class will help you a lot. See you all in the next class. Thank you so much.